Bringing it home on the latest episode of Joe and the Fat Man, the first episode of the month of June. Joe Smeltzer, Kyle Fatman Golick, and Jay Hallahan here. We've done three segments. Segment four, for those who don't know, is our box of mystery. Jay and I don't know what this is going to be yet. Kyle, this is your segment, so explain briefly what this is, and then go into it.
For first time listeners and returning visitors, the box of mystery is a subject. It's not necessarily Penn State, but it could be anything in the pop culture of life or even within our own lives. We throw a question out there, and Joe and Jay have no idea what it is. I do. I ask them. So you're getting 100% real reaction and them forcing it. So this week's question is, so both Joe and I had dueling columns this past week over the Pitt Penn State rivalry. Now we're not going to get into the nuances of that because that can be another show in itself, which I do think we need to invite our friend over at Pittsburgh Sports now, good old Mike Vuk, to come on, and that might be a fun adventure. Joe, we should set that up and make a play date out of that one. But anyhow, I'm just going to keep it basic, guys. Name me your top three rivalries that are mandatory watching for you. Like, I'm not saying what you think are the three best rivalries because we'll probably give cliche answers. What are your personal in all sports? Try to make a team like something like you make sure you watch every
Yeah.
game. Three team rivalries that are mandatory watching.
Oof. Let's see.
I have two. I'm trying to think.
You want me to
Okay,
give
no,
you guys
I
want me
got.
to give you mine so then you guys have a moment to think?
I have three right now.
You
I'll
can
go
go,
with.
Jay.
Okay. Um, One, because I also follow them. Ravens Steelers. I mean, that's one that I've paid attention to since I was a little kid. Also because I follow the Ravens too, but because it's just a great game. Defense. It's going to be time of possession game. Terrific. Usually a bloodbath. Two, Red Sox Yankees. I mean, that's East Coast. If you're a baseball fan, you're living, breathing, and dying with Red Sox Yankees content over the years. And the third, because it's the Big Ten, Michigan, Ohio State, it's literally the game. It's a terrific rivalry. The states themselves hate each other. It's perfect. It's what you want out of a college football rivalry.
Joe, do you need more time or do you need me to go?
Uh I think I got it. My baseball one is slightly different from Jay's, but it's still one of the major rivalries. I'm a Dodgers Giants guy. I really am. I think that
Hmm.
what separates this and why I put it above Yankees Red Sox, not by like miles or anything. It's very close, but I give Dodgers Giants the edge because it started in New York and has continued all the way across the coast. I think it's very cool. I think these are two of the most historic franchises in all of sports, not just baseball, in all of sports. For the Giants started playing all the way back in the 1880s. They're one of baseball's oldest teams, and the Dodgers started not long after. And there's just so many little anecdotes about the rivalry. Obviously, the shot heard around the world, Bobby Thompson, one of the most famous plays in baseball history. Jackie Robinson retiring after he got traded to the Giants. That's always big. And then the Dodgers obviously have had their cake and eaten it too with 1993. Giants needed the win the last day of the season to beat out the Braves for the division. Solomon Torres, a 21-year-old, Dusty Baker starts him, and Torres gets absolutely shelled, not ready for the moment. And the Dodgers play spoiler. And Barry Bonds' 71st home run, that was in the Dodgers Giants game as well. So, yeah, I just absolutely love that rivalry for baseball. And my college football one, that's Ohio State, Michigan, for everything Jay mentioned. I don't think I need to go into too much detail there about why Ohio State and Michigan is great. Uh, my number three rivalry, it's an NFL one, and it doesn't involve a team I'm rooting for. I disqualified this from just my own version of the list because like every Steelers game is mandatory watching, but I love Eagles Cowboys games. I love the contrast. I love how Dallas is, the city of everybody's well dressed. I'm not saying Dallas is entirely like this, but the perception is that Dallas is, everybody's well dressed. We're all wearing cowboy hats. The women are all beautiful, long blonde hair. Everybody looks good. Everybody's going to the game, paying a lot of money, sitting in their luxury boxes. And meanwhile, the Eagles fans are the common man, the common woman, blue collar, drink your beer, eat your hoagie, nachos, get way too drunk before and then go in and keep drinking game. And Jay's a Philadelphia guy. Correct me if I said anything out of line there, but I love the contrast, and then the history backs it up too with the Cowboys obviously winning for so many years, and then in the early '80s, Philly finally getting them in that NFC title game with Wilbur Montgomery running in for a touchdown on the first play. And that's even continued into today, right? With the Eagles getting the upper hand, and the Cowboys still having their moments in the regular season, at least with Dak Prescott. And I think the Cowboys are going to be pretty good again soon. I think the Eagles are going to be winners for a while. And last year didn't go Big D's way, but I think you're going to see those teams playing pretty important football games pretty soon as well. So I love Steelers Ravens, but because that was eliminated and I wanted an NFL rivalry there, I love the Eagles Cowboys too. And really, all the NFC East teams hate each other, and I just think that's fantastic.
What heightened that even more is the God's eye in the Texas stadium. God looking down on them. That's what heightened it even more with Cowboys. Really, Cowboys everyone. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous when they did. I think that was in the 70s.
yeah. You probably seen that film of that random Eagles fan like yelling into the camera, like "We want
Oh
Dallas."
yeah, that was before the
You know,
1980 title game, I think.
yep.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that millions of times. Kyle,
So my three rivalries. So my number three one, anyone who's followed me for any length of time knows I was on a Pac-10, Pac-12 beat for a very long time. And to me, one of the more underrated rivalries in college football, one that is on my bucket list to go consecutive years at both facilities, is the Cascade Clash between Oregon and Washington. I love the fact that both
really?
those schools are in the Big Ten. I want to go to Allison Stadium for it. I want to go to the greatest setting in college football. And look, I know Penn State fans are losing their mind for me saying that, but I want to go. I got to go to Husky Stadium. I want to catch a game on Mont Lake on a pontoon, and I want to catch a game in that giant stadium. I mean, when you think of that rivalry, the iconic players and coaches like Len Casanova, Don James, Warren Moon, Rich Brooks, Steve Ettman, Marcus Mariota. I mean, the moments that rivalry, the point, the pick, the streak, the 12th man has it all. The hate is there. I got to check that out. I will also say you gotta watch uh, a good friend of me and Joe's that we got to meet at the Big Ten championship game. John Canzano and his partner John Wilner interviewed Softy Muller from Seattle radio, and that just whole thing is just gold. Watch it; you will enjoy it. It is that rivalry. Now, the MLB rivalry that I love that I never miss is Chicago and St. Louis. I think St. Louis has the best fans in baseball. I really, really do. I was blown away by Cardinals Nation and Cardinals Village. It is absolutely everything that is baseball. And my love for the Chicago Cubs, just even though they don't have a winning history, but when you start looking at the names like Ryan Sandberg, Ernie Banks, Billy Williams, Greg Maddux, all the way up and till today, I just enjoy that rivalry. I think Wrigley Field is a marvel in all of sport. I will tell anyone you have to catch a Chicago St. Louis game in Wrigley if you really really want to understand. And my number one, by far and away, is, and I will pledge my allegiance now to it, is El Clasico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid.
I
I
thought
am
about that too.
I love Barcelona. I mean, when my wife and I went several years ago, it was just absolutely breathtaking, the city. And then when having gone to Camp Nou, that stadium is a cathedral. Barney Buo is a fantastic stadium in Madrid. I mean, the classic moments in there, whether you're looking at Raul's to the Barcelona crowds, for the Pittsburgh folks, kind of like when Maxine Talbot did that to the Flyers fans and the Pens rallied. You have PK's five-finger gesture when Barcelona beat him 5-0. Ronaldo's dominance. The great duels of Ronaldo and Messi, especially in the 2-2 tie where both Messi and Ronaldo scored goals, and then Messi's iconic shirt celebration. To me, that is my. I'm still a Barcelona Football Club paying member, so I watch the games on my iPad. That is how diehard I am. And I will always say this, and I think the greatest sporting event to ever happen on the earth was the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar between France and Argentina. And to me, the greatest athlete to ever live, Messi, won his World Cup. And just to me, it was the finest performance for Messi and Kylian Mbappe. So
I just saw Messi. Was that a week ago? Yeah, at the Union game. He's a lot smaller than I anticipated.
Dude, and like I always
he's not a big guy.
He's not.
The two greatest footballers that ever play is Messi and Maradona. And Maradona played for Barcelona before he went to Napoli into Serie A. So,
yep.
And also, just in case for those who hunt on me, I always have my good old Copa del Rey scarf here, Barcelona when they won in 2015. So it's always by my side here when we do this fantastic program.
Yep. And we'll be by your side for the next time we record Joe and the Fat Man. But until then, for Kyle Golick, Jay Hallahan, I'm Joe Spelter. We are signing off on this episode of Joe and the Fat Man, but there will be another one, and it will be fantastic.
Good night, Canada.